All right, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I come to you with some very important information. If Will Smith is not familiar to you, I invite you not to ever listen to his new song, Get Lit. That is not his best work. Will Smith has been an important part of American pop culture for decades, not only for his good looks and his dance moves, but also his generally catchy rap hits of the late 90s. His current song, Get Lit, not not at all not part of it. Not a good thing. But proof that even great people can make mistakes. And that's not what we're here to talk about. Instead, what we're here to talk about is the American Revolution, and specifically the help that the colonists in North America receive. That probably makes the difference, right? It's kind of that armchair quarterback kind of thing where, well, what if this happened? What if that happened? It's pretty easy to say that without the support of other countries, namely some people from Germany and the French government, that the revolution would have failed and that Great Britain would have maintained control of its colonies in North America. So what I need you to do, doesn't matter what class you're in, I need you to scroll down and find the notes sheet, right? So I just go Control F, and then I type in notes sheet. Then it just takes me right to it, right? So I'm going to open this document, and this is a real quick one. Probably could have just done this in class, but I'm trying to practice these flipped lectures, see if I can continue to improve them. I'm down here, Roman numeral V, European support. That's all we're doing, I and J, okay? Just want to get that real quick to you. All right, in the first one, we start with this beautiful man from the musical Hamilton, who is playing this beautiful man from France, right? So we have the actor from the play, and then a painting of the real guy. Regardless, we're talking about a major problem that George Washington and the Continental Army had, right? They lacked supplies, they lacked troops, and crucially, they lacked a navy, right? Because the 13 colonies, almost all of them border the ocean, and Britain has a huge navy. So the fact that they cannot, George Washington and company, cannot match the navy and the ships that Great Britain has is a huge liability, because a lot of fighting, at least early in the war, takes place near the water. The solution, at least partially, is this guy, Marquis de Lafayette. Technically not his name, right? A marquis is kind of like a duke or another position of power, except in France. His real name is there in blue, and I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to pronounce that with a French accent, but all of you who know Madame Voss can try that. But anyways, we know him as Marquis de Lafayette. He really was in North America and fighting for the colonies, and he pushed for more French support in the war. Lafayette himself was a successful military commander in the Continental Army. So we have, in some ways, an immigrant of the truest sense, because he comes from France to North America, helps North America get its freedom, and then goes back to France and tries to help France get its freedom as well with the French Revolution. But he was friendly with Washington and Hamilton. That's why he plays a relatively big role in the play Hamilton. And his work, not only his money and his military support, but also his campaigning, or his letter writing, if you will, gets support from the French military, coupled with that big victory, Saratoga, that big victory for the Continental Army, which convinces France to support. We've got another guy here, maybe less good looking, maybe not, depends on your taste, but another person who solves another problem for Washington. So not only are they short on supplies and a navy, but much of Washington's Continental Army was made up of people who didn't know how to be soldiers, right? So we talked about the militias and the Minutemen, but even the people who signed up to be full-time soldiers with George Washington and the Continental Army, most of them had never been professional soldiers before. And just knowing how to fire a gun or just knowing how to march doesn't mean that you're going to be a good soldier. So the solution is the German Friedrich von Steuben, who provided both instruction and training on how to soldier. He was essentially, if you're familiar at all with the military, he was essentially the drill instructor. If you've ever seen movies before where they show the military, the drill instructor is that guy who kind of shows up, starts screaming at the new recruits and teaching them all the basics, from how to fold their laundry, to how to march, to how to fire a gun, to how to listen to orders. And this is a crucial skill, being a drill instructor and teaching these untrained men how to be soldiers, and women how to be soldiers, that Washington's army sorely needs. So we have the German Friedrich von Steuben, who provides instruction and training on how to soldier. We have Marquis de Lafayette, who both fought, spent money, and got support from the French, who were very powerful, right? And this leads to some significant advantages for the colonial troops. So the United States probably would not exist if it wasn't for the help from the French and the German people. And that's all I got for you. But just trust me on this. Will Smith, okay, he's cool. He's cool, as this indicates. Don't listen to his new song. It's not a positive thing. Have a nice day.